Okie dokie. So we already beat Cuphead, but Brash Volksdragon, D-Rock, recommended it for Subblock, and I was like, we already beat it, but we never did the hard mode playthrough. And I didn't remember this at the time, but I did actually fight a couple of the hard mode bosses with my nephew Jaden. Like, the day I beat the game, we went into the living room and did it in co-op for a while. So I think a couple of these bosses are marked as complete, but I don't remember what the deal is with them, like what changed from hard mode. I haven't played this game since we beat it back in spring of 2018, so it's still effectively blind. I went ahead and removed the blind indicator from the title. Let's give it a try. I think hard mode is pretty much just bosses. I don't think there's any reason to do running guns, is my understanding. But bear with me as I remember what the hell I'm doing, because it's been a while. I've got a dash button, a charge attack button. This is the dude that's inspired by the Dragon Quest slime, kind of. Kind of, or totally. Alright, I think you can jump on these, right? I think I have invincibility during that move. I really love how the different enemies in this game are inspired by video game characters. Like, the Kefka boss was fucking rad as hell. Let's retry it.
A brawl is surely brewing.
But it's not, like, it isn't just like, hey, we're gonna do exactly the character from this other game, right? It's not that on the nose. Like the Ryu and Ken enemies, the frogs. You can see the inspiration, but it's definitely its own thing. Okay. Can't dodge through enemies, at least not like that. Duck through that, right? Okay. I don't know if the charge shot is the best for this guy. Ooh, he's got bigger range than I thought. Oh, I should just eat it here. I'm working on it. Shit. So part of the way that mechanic works when you counter something, you pop off of something pink, is that you're invincible while doing it. It gives you iframes, is that right? I think I had the ability to switch weapons too, right? Did I have 2 equipped? Check. Oh, here we go. Try this one. Hey, thank you, the same. Give 10% bonus bits. Awesome, thank you. I didn't know that was a thing at all. I think the way this boomerang weapon works is it does extra damage if it goes all the way around, right? Oh, right, this phase. I think I have to hit him in the face, it looks like. Okay. God, this game is so good. It's kind of absurd how good it is. This might be the better use case for the charge attack. Okay. charge is good if I have to be precise. The boomerang ability is good otherwise. Got it. I did as well as I did with Jaden, apparently. 2-player, right on. I don't remember the original order-ish of the bosses, so we're just gonna get to as many of them as we can. Hilda Berg in THREATENIN ZEPPELIN. Oh, that sucks, Leon. Oh, her. She turns into the big moon. God, this game is so good. Alright, Gemini. If anyone happens to know what makes these fights different in hard mode versus not hard mode, feel free to share. I'd be interested in that. Ouch. My dodge is a little bit different here, isn't it? You died. They're harder. I assume they get new attacks and stuff, though. It's not just math. I wonder if I can predict what direction that wheel is going to spin. I don't think there's a tell. Maybe it just always starts by not shooting directly at me. I guess it could also just be RNG, but... Drunk Toho. Drunk Toho might be rough. Oh, right. That's how this thing works. Woof. She's tough. Okay, so first phase is always Gemini. I think. If I can get that pink thing that gets me some super meter. Alright, and I can waste the bomb if I don't land with it. I keep wanting it to be the other ability. One where you shoot the milk or whatever. Sagittarius is this one, I think? Oh, I can shoot the projectiles. That's good to know. There's a newer Toho game with a coherent plot. Wow. Oh, I was early. Okay. Okay, that time the thing just started shooting me right away, so maybe there's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna try a regular boss really quick. Oh, I didn't mean to quit game. The one I played might be one of the less coherent ones. Could you always play as Cuphead or, what is it, Mughead? Mugman? Or is that new? Floral Fury.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
That is the one that has the piranha plant designs. It's cool. God. Okay, I gotta be more careful here, apparently. Maybe I don't want this gun. So we'll see.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
It used to be co-op only. I see. Sound design in this game is incredible too. There's additional secret content. Oh, like bosses and stuff? I guess I should probably do that before I do hard mode stuff. Let's see. I might switch abilities out. Modified boss fights, that's cool.
A great slam and then some. And begin.
Okay, I'm gonna be more careful if I want to do that. This feels like ad management almost more than anything else.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
It's hard to aim with that though. Let's see. I forget how this works. Like, can you waste super by using it too early? Do like the boss's health resets as it changes phases? Or can I deal damage into its next phase and skip a phase by doing a really well-timed super? Oh god. Yeah, even that sound effect is super familiar.
Good day for us. Well done. It's on.
And deal damage into the next phase, okay. So you can't waste damage. So maybe there's some correct strategy around trying to skip as much of a difficult phase as possible, but other than that, not really. Ah, I was late, okay. Speedrun skips phases.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Getting this thing to aim is kind of trash. Shit. Oh shit. That's an attack. Where do I know that sound effect from? I feel like I've heard it in another game. We made it to another phase. Oh shit! Cool.
Good day for us. Well done.
Yeah, the sound design is incredible. feel like this is the hardest phase. Shit. Try to skip as much of it as we can here. So you can like animation lock them while they're in a phase and do so much damage during it. Shit. Oh, right, that attack. That's a thing.
It's on.
Shit.
Good day for us. Well done. Now go.
Okay, so the order, the pink one's not always the last one. It's good to know. I should have attacked that green plant, or pink plant rather. Oof.
This match will get red hot. It's on.
If D-Rock, Brash Volkswagen keeps this as their sub-block game. Oh, I think you can see the order in which he shoots the colors. Okay. Excited to actually beat these.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
I love how the boss's face changes at the very beginning of the fight, too. Okay. Gotta be much closer to land that, I guess. Alright, I might try a different weapon to try to clear out the seeds, because I'm having trouble getting out of phase 1 here. Let's see. How about the lobber? I don't remember how any of them work. Super's probably fine. Smoke bomb is less useful for this stage, actually. Weakens your attack power. I forgot one of these, I guess. There's not enough room for me to dodge in this fight. Try the coffee, I guess.
Good day for us. Well done. Here goes.
Oh, it's a fairly mild attack power weaken. Oh, those are pretty good in terms of damage to health. I don't know if they can reliably hit the boss, though. I guess if I stand here, they do. Ow. I love the you got hit sound. Let's try the other weapon. Spread attack, maybe? My issue with the pea shooter is I'm not hitting the little guys. Extra heart's pretty good.
It's on.
Like, you should be able to make up 5% damage in the amount of extra time you get from extra heart, I assume. Oh, that's a big deal. This is the one we want for this fight. Okay. Okay. Do speedrunners typically only ever use one weapon, or do they change it up for every boss? It's that Contra magic right here. You see spread gun only back in the day. Face change, please. Thank you. Rapidly switch between two weapons. Really? That hasn't been patched out? So like intended? It's kind of cool. Or is it a bug? Probably should have beat him the first time I got to this phase. Nice. Alright, so weapon choice is really important. I shouldn't be bashing my head against the wall. Skill level is... time, basically? No, that's time is separate. Not the same as parry. Malice cannon. This game is basically perfect. Like, I don't think there's anything bad I can say about it. I guess some people were bummed that, oh, cool. Cannon Ryu. I think this one was really good with the boomerang, so I might switch to that. People were bummed that the game is so hard that people that just wanted to see the pretty art could not, right? Rapidly switch between two characters, Marisa and Alice, since Malice. Ah, that's cool. Should make this my default. Bring the dash back.
Good day for us. Well done. It's on.
I think they share health, maybe? Oh, I didn't trigger it in time, boomer. Wrong button, wrong way. Let's try that again.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
Imagine getting all S rank in this game is hard. You can never get hit, right? In order to get S rank? Shit. Alright, forget how this works. They had like some kind of crazy slot machine at the end of the fight. Oh, this fan thing. Oh god. Okay, that's a thing. Yeah, this thing. Now I can only damage him during one of those challenge sequences, I think. You went for broke, and now you're Croaks. I love it.
Now go.
Shit. Wrong button. Because once I take 2 hit points of damage in phase 1, I should reset.
It's on.
Alright, I can aim that up, can I? And down left. Face change? Alright, here we go. Guess I must do extra damage if I hit both of them, right? Oh god, that's different. No fan. Yeah, so I don't think I can damage him now, but I can once I trigger this and it finishes the slot machine. Stuff like the slot machine is so cool. Like, where do they even get that idea, right? Of course, the Ken and Ryu boss turns into a slot machine that spits out weird shit. Makes perfect sense, don't question it. Alright, first try. Apparently got an S when I played this with Jaden. Frog and Toad from children's books. Is there an expected first boss? Is it Botanic Panic or is it the slime?
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
Okay, probably parry the worm. God, that shit gets out fast. Oh, look how sad he is. I forgot what some of these bosses look like. It's so good. Especially that one level that's like a, I forget how they did it. They did this crazy like 3D diorama thing back in the day. I want to say it's the genie boss. This is the expected first boss. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, we don't want to use the charge attack against the carrot. Yeah, sure. Yes, please. Go ahead and just point me directly to them. That would be cool. I might just fight them on normal since I need to get my sea legs for this game anyway. Oh, right. I can't aim that. Whoops. Don't attack the onion. Oh, cool. Does it have to be on hard mode or can I do it on normal? A brand new record. Okay, I'll try it on regular. I was actually wondering if they were ever going to add like a pacifist versions of these fights, right? That's totally a thing in some of those bullet hell games like Ikaruga, where you could, the boss fight would just end after a certain amount of time. So something potentially good would happen if you... Okay, don't attack. If you just tried to survive. Aww, that's adorable. Oh god, now I have a beat to worry about? That's fucking cool. That's so rad. Big fan of that. Thanks for pointing me to that. Does anything different happen if you beat it in the alternate mode? So radish. Or just kind of an Easter egg as an alternate way to fight them. No clue. Okay, no worries. Poor Onion? Wonder if he did that the whole time. Just afraid of you. I guess he must have, with the crying. See, there's only 2 more adjusted fights. Okay. Wonder if it's just people feeling bad about killing the Onion Man. I guess you did make a deal with the devil. You gotta pay for that somehow, right? Okay. Kill the radish. I guess the hard mode version of this fight has carrots falling on you while he's shooting you, and I think the carrots are more aggressive at chasing you, maybe even? Possibly have more health? Nice. Beat the beat. What are the other 2 fights? Oh, Djimmi. That was the one I was talking about with the cool 3D effect, which I don't know how they did back in the day. That's in the Futurama old-timey episode, too. They do a sequence where they have, like, the 3D diorama thing. Shrink down after the sarcophagus phase and stay shrunken for a while. Was that in World 2? I don't remember where everybody was. I don't think there's, like, a map in this, is there? It's a beatdown. It's pretty great. This is delightful. Right here. Beat me to it. Yeah, this effect. I don't know how they did it, but it's really impressive. Great. These levels are kind of cool because they're like almost traditional bullet hell stages. So after this phase gets shrunken, you said? Try to get there. Should try playing as Mudman after this before I forget. All the names of enemies in this game are basically perfect too. I'm sure there are other games that are as perfect as Cuphead for what they're setting out to do. It's a tough sell. Seems like okay, stay small, you say. So is that like a phase skip, basically? Or we go straight here, but now I have to deal with the puppet? Ouch, jeez. That's cool. Because normally after that there would be a little me instead of big me. Gotcha. Alright, so let's try beating this. Well, hold on, I never finished the Hilda Berg fight. But what's the third one? I just want to see what all the differences are. I really like the onion one. That one was really cool. You feel so bad for killing him. World 3 Sally Stageplay. Jump on her pink heart attack to land on the two angels hanging from the ceiling. Stand on them till they're lowered and you hear a ding. Cool. She's the Kefka fight, right? Yeah, her final phase is God Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. She looks just like him. It's pretty great. First phase, jump on her pink heart attack to land on the two angels. Got me. She can still hurt me up here, good to know. I need to jump on both angels, it looks like. It makes sense. Ding. Asbestos safety curtain. No, there's a nunnery. Yeah, it's pretty different. Alright, let's try it again. See the whole phase on that one. God, the animations in this game are so good. Alright, so she doesn't get married. So she goes and joins a nunnery. Because you drop the altar on his head. I love it. Shit. Alright. Could've used my super there. Ow, lame.
A great slam and then and begin.
I love the groom in the background. Shit. Perfect. It's you. God, Ben. Do not walk in front of the monitor, please. Oh, I missed it.
A great slam and then and begin.
Ah, lame. I wonder if damage I deal to her in phase 1 counts. No!
Good
Ben is giving me an extra difficulty setting. Great. Oh, shoot. Maybe I'll get there with all 3 hit points. Probably should switch to the extra health, but I really like the dodge. Just want to see the next phase. Ah, I was about to see it too.
Good day for us. Well done. Here goes. A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Still streaming?
Hey, Andrea. Yeah,
How much time do you have left? 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Okay, so then I'll give you the TLDR and then I'm gonna go make a drink and I'll tell you more about it. We got fucking fringes, Dylan! We got fucking fringes!
I don't know what fringes are.
I'll explain it later.
Okay. I'm glad you're excited.
No, we've been working on this since February.
Okay. Cool.
To try to get
That's
fucking
exciting.
fringes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I should work.
It's got some fringe benefits, says Serp.
Sorry I forgot you're streaming.
Let me know when you're done, I'll mute. So phase 2 is, this is pretty great. I get it. It's God Kefka, but it's also the top of the Esper Tower from Final Fantasy VI. Let me see if I can post a link really quick. 6 Kefka Esper Tower. It's her husband, right? Because we killed her husband at the beginning, and now we're fighting both her as Kefka and the top of the tower. And like the pose on it is perfect. Hold on. Ben, psst, move. Yeah, check this out. He looks so stupid too, I love it. This Chromebook is so slow.
Why is it slow? Aren't they supposed to be fast?
This is your Chromebook, man. I don't know.
Why are you using? You have your own Chromebook.
It's the same model that you have.
I love the model I have. You got a
Defective one?
Again, didn't you get a defective one the first time?
You got a defective one the first time. How are you doing? I'll bring the time back.
You want to zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, give me a sec. Sorry, our cats are going nuts.
All right, let me know when I can, explain things.
Give me a sec to finish this attempt here. Yeah, see, it's Kefka. And the top of the Esper Tower from Final Fantasy VI is a secret.
It does look like Kefka, doesn't it? That's
The original fight is a lot more clear because the background is the same as the Kefka background. But because we're doing this alternate side way of fighting it, they also added the top of the Esper Tower. I'm going to post it in chat in a second. My Chromebook is just being super slow, unfortunately.
Marty's hungry.
She's neat. I think this is the same as the original final phase, right? Or being just a regular angel at the top. Cool.
All right, now can I explain?
Yeah.
Okay,
Andrea is a physicist. She works at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, and she works on laser physics now. She's
we
an astrophysicist.
use lasers to measure the distance of things. So what's actually going to happen is we're going to have something called a safe foils. It's like a little table but the top is this foil, and so when a surface or crap that's been shocked comes and hits it, it moves, and we can measure that movement and know when it started hitting and I think how much hit it, and that gives us the momentum or something. Anyway, it tells us eventually the mass of the surface / ejecta. So anyway, so we want to measure, you know, that foil moving over a very small distance. Like, these things are teeny, they're smaller than my pinky nail. Which is great because we can use BLR, broadband laser ranging, because we're developing this new high resolution BLR. But in order to get high resolution, we get a smaller range. We can only really measure 4 millimeters. Okay, so we've been working on this since February. We have it's basic. Oh my god, I should take a picture of our setup. It's a rat's nest of yellow optical fibers. Every time I try to like organize it, which I did, we just end up taking it all apart so we can test different components of it. It's, let's see, so it is a laser, and actually we're only using a 5 microwatt infrared laser, so it's class 1. It's not going to hurt anyone, which is great because that means I get to work on it by myself, because our lab manager apparently doesn't think I'm ready to work with dangerous lasers by myself, which is probably fair. Oh, Gemini. Okay, so we go from a laser to, okay, we don't have the pre-chirp anymore because we don't need it. But there used to be a thing called a pre-chirp, so like when the laser gets amplified, it's a pulse laser, and so the average power is something, but the pulsed power is a different thing. And so the pulse is too hard, so we had to spread the pulse out. And you do that with adding fiber because the different wavelengths travel differently in the fiber and they get spread out. Okay.
Real quick, sorry. Does anyone know how to predict that swirling machine gun attack? Like which way it's going to initially fire? Because it seems like it's just RNG whether I get shot by that or not. Continue, sorry.
Okay, anyway, I don't need to tell you the whole, but there's just lots of different pieces. There's a circulator, there's a 70-30 splitter, there's an attenuator, there's a free space delay. Oh, so that's the also really exciting thing about today. I had an idea, and it worked.
It's just RNG? Oof. So you try to want to skip that attack so that you don't have to deal with it by like using a super or something? I guess if you're always going to fight that phase first, your chance of skipping it is very low. That sucks.
Did you hear me? I had an idea and it worked.
What was your idea?
Well, so, okay, in BLR, there's 2 different paths.
BLR is the kind of laser
ranging. I already defined it. Okay, so in our laser
not very
system...
at great lengths.
In our laser system, which is called BLR, in our laser system, there are 2 paths, the signal path and the reference path. And what you do is you make those exactly the same, and the signal path goes a little bit further out to your surface than the reference path. And so the waves in the 2 legs are going to interfere with each other because they're slightly shifted. And so you're going to get something called beat frequencies. Anyway, so those are the fringes we got.
Thank you very much for the raid, Callista. Welcome. What have you been playing lately? Could someone throw a shout out to Callista Canes, please? Hope you like physics. My wife is a physicist and she's manic today because she had a really good day in physics.
I'm not manic, I'm excited. They're different.
Bladed Fury. What is that? I haven't heard of it before. Thank you, sir. How'd your stream go, Callista?
It's super cool, Yahan. I'll tell you more after, like, y'all gets a chance to chat. I don't wanna interrupt. No, I can keep going? Okay.
Keep going.
So these 2 paths have to be exactly the same, and then the signal path gets different by like a millimeter.
It is Andrew's science time, and I never played the sound effect of the video, so let me do that really quick. It's important. This is my wife, Andrea. She's a physicist. She works on nuclear weapons.
Nuclear weapons certification.
Yep.
That's what I call it.
Good day for us. Well done.
Okay.
I know, the Kafka thing was perfect. I should have played it when she joined. Go ahead.
Alright, so the signal and the reference leg are exactly the same, and then the signal leg varies by like a millimeter because it goes out a little bit further to hit a surface and then comes back. And so that means the waves are slightly shifted away from each other, so you get beat frequencies that we call fringes. Okay, so where was I going with this?
Why are you excited about having fringes?
So fringes tell you how far away your surface is.
Okay. Why?
And that's the whole point of the measurement. We're measuring the distance of a surface, and then we measure that every 20 nanoseconds. And we can see how the surface moved after it got shocked.
And you haven't been able to do that.
There are reasons we're interested in that I can't tell you.
Why was that hard to do?
Okay, so that was really hard to do because first we had to set the whole thing up. And we were like, oh, let's just try to do the reference leg, but let's do something clever where we have it reflecting off of air and then reflecting off this other thing so that we can get fringes that way by having the reference leg have the difference. And that, we were like on that for 3 weeks, probably. And we just weren't getting enough signal. That was the thing, we weren't getting enough signal. And so we wanted to use the amplifier. Why were we... I'm trying to remember. Okay, so anyway, we start using the amplifier so that we can have a 100 milliwatt input. And because we measured it and we're like, you lose light at the circulator, you lose light at the splitter, you use a lot of light at the attenuator even though the attenuator was all the way open, which meant it shouldn't be attenuating or reducing the signal. You lost signal from the free space delay, and then you bounce off a reflector and you go back through it. Anyway, so we were not getting enough signal for a long time, so we tried to use the amplifier. So we use the amplifier, and we do end up getting signal, but we looked at the signal and it was shit. It should have been like smooth, and it was like janky, up, janky.
Did you find out what the problem was?
Yeah, so the problem with that was that the amplifier was too bright.
Okay.
And so we got what's called...
Is that what you solved today?
No, we solved that a week ago.
Okay.
So you get like self-phase interference. I don't know, if it's too bright, it's like when you stare at a light bulb and then you have this thing hurting your vision. It fucked up our signal. So we were like, okay, well, if we take the signal from the laser, which is a really sharp peak, and we spread it out using dispersion, then we can send it into the amplifier and it'll be more spread out and it's not going to be as intense, right?
Okay, sure.
So the total amount of power will stay the same. It'll just be spread out instead of like one, big punch.
Thank you, Serp. I did not realize that shrinking made you move faster. I don't even think I knew that in the original playthrough. I thought I just had to have perfect positioning when the hurricane came out to be able to dodge that. This is a pretty hard fight on hard mode.
Yeah, and maybe this is all really obvious stuff, but like, at least for me it wasn't, and I learned
None
a
of
lot.
anything you just said was obvious to me.
Okay, so anyway, so we were like, okay, well let's just put, 30 meters of fiber between the laser and the amplifier to spread the pulse out through dispersion. So we do that, and our signal completely went away.
And that's bad.
Yes, it just went completely away. So we're like,
That was
okay,
your
well,
idea that you're excited about, right?
No, that's not it. So we do that, and we're like, well, shit, maybe one of our connections is bad. Let me tell you, anytime we look at a different piece of this, since we were using really high power laser, I had to take every connection, look at it with the fiber detector, clean it, look at it with the fiber detector, clean it. Usually it took a while, and like the fiber detector, you screw it in, and there were 3 different kinds of connectors we were looking at, and so I always had to change it. It was never on the one that I wanted. And then each one is a different focus, so like you have it set up for an FC, and then you switch to LC, and you have to like... Anyway, checking the fire is a pain in the ass, but necessary, and I did it.
Nice.
But
you know, when you were doing astrophysics, that was all computational stuff. This is the first time you're really doing hardware, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah, it got old fast. But anyway, so where was I going? Okay, yeah. So we add this dispersion, like pre-chirp, between the laser and the
What does
amplifier.
pre-chirp mean?
Pre-chirp is just spreading the pulse out in time.
Why is it called pre-chirp?
I don't know. Chirp is Right, so you get a chirp when your frequencies are all, or when your wavelengths are kind of spread out.
Apex is a laser physicist. Andrea has just became a laser physicist instead of an astrophysicist.
That's true. I should talk to Patrick about this. Patrick would probably be like, yeah, I couldn't figure that out in a couple of days.
It's okay. You're new to it, right? So it's exciting to learn things that you're new at.
Anyway, so we add this thing and our signal goes away. And so we start looking at all the different fiber connections to see if like we burned a fiber or something or whatever. And so we looked inside a connector coming out of the laser, and we noticed that it was a polarization not modifying, maintaining. A polarization maintaining connector. And we were using non-polarization maintaining connectors. And so that's why we were losing all.
Doesn't matter, like it's just know that it was A and you had not A?
Basically, we were wearing sunglasses.
Okay. That's a good way to describe it.
Right? We were wearing really, really dark sunglasses when we put that in, and so that's why our signal went away.
I keep forgetting in this mode that my super doesn't just shoot across the screen, that I have to actually aim it. I wasted it several times as a result.
So, since we couldn't pre-chirp, we decided to not use the amplifier and to just say, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to use reflectors. That way we know we get 100% of the light returned. And this will be the best case scenario. And then, let's see, what else? What went wrong? More things went wrong. Oh, right, because, okay, so remember, we have to match the leg to within millimeters. Now, we have something called a free space delay, which we can adjust the length of a path by like a couple, maybe a centimeter, but we had to get these legs exactly the same. And we had to just do that with shit we had lying around in the lab. So we had, all these fibers and these reflectors, and we're like, how can we get these guys so that their lengths are about a centimeter different? So we did a lot of hunting, and we eventually found some, and we Luna'd it today, so Luna will measure the length of a fiber.
I forgot again.
And we finally got the reference and the signal leg to match up. And then we were able to use the free space delay. Oh, and also, so I'm sitting here like, we're getting near the end. We know we're getting close to fringes, and I'm like, let's free space delay that bitch. And Matt's like, I would get fired if I said that. I was like, I'm sorry.
Wait,
I got excited.
You said it that way?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was being a little
goofy.
Cautious. Yeah, but I was like, I'm sorry, I just got excited.
It's okay to be excited. There needs to be more excitement in physics.
Let's free space delay that bitch.
Sorry if I'm not very responsive. This is a very hard fight, and the cats are running around trying to turn the monitor off. And I got somebody raided me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's really cool, though. I'm glad that you had a success of a day.
Oh,
if you were at your old lab, you would have gotten the victory cape after that,
I
right?
would have gotten the victory cape. Absolutely. Okay. So there's more. Okay, so we're using the reflectors. Now, we were originally using the reflectors, and we had it so that it went from the splitter to an attenuator to the free space delay to the reflector. And we were able to calculate that the attenuator, even when it was all the way open, like cut half our signal, which is fucked up.
It's bad.
And we really need a lot of signal for the reference leg, for the signal leg to interact with. Because it's the interaction between the two that really give you the signal. So you want the reference leg to be bright, pretty damn bright. Anyway, so this is where my idea came in. I was like, well, we don't need an attenuator. Like, it sounds like we want the most light we can get out of the reference leg, so we're never going to use the attenuator.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because we're never going to want to have less reference leg. So let's just remove the attenuator. So we did. And then we were able to get enough light out.
The thing targeted already. This is my last attempt. We're at time, so we're going to give it one more shot. Did pretty good. We beat a good number of the hard mode bosses in World 1, and we got to see the new boss mechanics that they added in the patch, which were all really cool. I'm really excited about that Kefka fight that they added the top Esper from the Kefka Tower. That's really neat. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so my idea was to remove the attenuator from the reference leg, and that gave us enough light to see a signal. So, that was really exciting.
when is this the first time you've had? Because you're still kind of in learning mode for lasers. Is this the first time you've been in a position to have an idea and have it work?
It might be.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I know it's rough when you're the subject matter expert in astrophysics for a really long time.
Correct signal, exactly.
Going into something where you're not the subject matter expert, it can be frustrating when you've been in that mode for such a long time. Everyone coming to you with questions, and now you're the one that has all the questions. So to actually have a idea that worked is very, very exciting indeed.
Your phone is going off.
The hardest mode. The hardest road.
Slash on a whole nother thing. Did you guys know it's his birthday tomorrow? It's his birthday tomorrow. You're gonna be 32.
More distractions. Thanks, sir. Thanks, everyone. Thank you very much for the raid, Callista. I appreciate it very much. I hope you guys enjoyed Andrea's day in physics today. If you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made.
I'm not usually here ranting about physics.
No, it's totally fine. Trying to beat every awesome game ever made. You can see a list of all the games we played so far at games.marstead.com. You can even vote for the next awesome game at the same link. That's going to wrap it for the weekend. We're going to have a nice chill weekend. Watch the new Game of Thrones.
We're going to this
Avengers
fondue
movie.
place called Melting Pot, and he gets to pick the cheese and the chocolate because it's his birthday, which is, he's never had that privilege before.
Thank you for
I
the
always
happy
get to pick
pre-birthday.
the cheese.
Yeah, and I let you pick the cheese every
Yeah,
time.
and so now we'll be able to try something new.